Alright, so right now I'm installing the coilovers that Yellowspeed sent me. Well, that I bought from them. Because I finally got them yesterday for my birthday. So basically, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna release everything, because the fork isn't really held on by anything other than a 14mm screw. So basically, instead of having to drop the whole thing and take out the wishbone at the bottom, I'm just gonna end up unclamping that completely, taking out the old one, which is like this, slide that out. Once I have that out, basically I'm good to go. So what I'm gonna end up doing is pushing this down to basically make the opening so I could just shove this right up in there and get it. You're dirty minded. Stop it. Bad kitty. All right, so basically I'm just gonna push this down, and then I'll be able to make the space for this to just go right up in to where it's supposed to sit. Stop. It's not funny. You suck. You know what? Stop recording. So here's a freaking screw. And that drops. Right? So there we go. Now I just gotta get the 14mm at the top. Almost died. I just gotta get the 14mm at the top. And then the strut is just gonna come out. So with that being said, where's my 14? Right. Oh, this flashlight's already dying. Oops. John, if you watch this, I'm gonna need another flashlight. The one you gave me died. I barely even used it, like an hour. Alright. The only reason I'm loosening them up all the way is because I know that they'll come out. I've done these struts multiple times for when I welded them and took off the spring. So the reason I don't have springs on them. It's about to just fall right out. So I'm gonna get the last one. Usually it wouldn't be this easy to do any of this stuff, but literally last summer I just did all of this. Just about that. There we go. Don't lose your toe. All right. Very nice. It's stuck in here. Okay, got it. All right. Now, we're just going to yeet this. We got these little golden boys right here. All right. So now, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it up. So I'm going to have the tag facing outwards because I like the tag facing outward, you know? You don't do that with clothes, but I mean, if everybody could wear the tag facing outwards, they probably would. I'm playing. There's probably people who do that. Alright, and surprisingly, this one might not put up much of a fight. So, with that being said, alright, there we go. Boom. Right there. And as you guys can see, I'm doing this all by myself. Because I'm a strong man. Strong like bull. Strong like bull. Alright. This is definitely not good for my back. But this is like a squat. No. COVID. All right. Now, basically, what I'm going to do is just make sure this goes on and gets screwed. Corny jokes. So, as we're screwing this in, pretty much This is just gonna lock that in place. The top of it is locked in already. This probably looks really wrong. I see your face, baby. Get out of here. All right. Parental discretion advised. All right. There we go. Now we do it with this one. Just make sure you kind of like evenly distribute them so that basically they all tighten up at about the same. So you don't want one to be completely like tight and then the other ones to be loose. You want it to all sit flush and sit where it's supposed to sit. And always make sure that your screws for your coilovers are not freaking loose. Don't tighten them up like Hulk, because you will snap a bolt. That's no good. And you gotta wait for another set of coilovers to be sent to you. And you don't want to do that. Quite honestly, you're better off just tightening it. At least give it a little bit of force, you know, like don't go crazy with it. But with that being said, right now what I'm gonna do is use my coilover forks, which, look at this. Look at the thickness of this bad boy. I said so, wow, that's a thick boy. And then there's a little skinny one, you know? So I like the quality of these better than the True Heart ones that I got. Call me, Bob. You heard that? Ow. Someone's race car. Hello? Alright. Now basically just tighten it up at where you're supposed to gotta sit. Basically my coilovers are maxed out. So I'm gonna do like a pretty quick measurement to make sure that they're both even. Like Steven, you know? And basically from there, I'm done. Just put the wheels back on, lower it, and then go to the rear. Right, so right now I'm about to put the rear coilover on, and as you can see, I already have the strut out. So pretty much what's gonna happen, we're just gonna put this in there, and then I have to put one of these guys, which with this kit, you're gonna have to change the bottom bolt, the mounting bolt, and that's about it. You just need a longer one because the original one is too short to go through the new hardware. So as you can see, it's just a little bit longer. I didn't have to go this long. I'm probably gonna cut this down at some point, but this is fine for right now. What up? All right, so now I'm gonna mount it and show you guys how to do that. So with that being said, basically, like I said, tag is gonna be out with me, facing me, and I'm just gonna slide this in here and put it right over where it's supposed to mount on, right? So now, with that being said, I slide this guy right in here. I have this little washer, which I could only fit one in there. I would know this because I already did this with this car once. There you go. And then you're just gonna slide it all the way through, right? But since right now this bolt is too long, what I do is I push it forward a little bit. Hold on. Push it forward a little bit to get some clearance, right? Now, with that being said, I go and I start tightening it down. All right. Now we just screw it right on. All right, there we go. Much. Yeah, see, I really don't have the space there for the second one. I don't think, at least. Which if I did, I would have put it in there, but I don't. So it is what it is. I'll just leave that out, and I'll just tighten this down the way it's supposed to be tightened. So right there, we're hand tight. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise this up with my floor jack and push it up into the holes and line it up. And then I go inside and I tighten up the top bolts, or the top nuts. So I'll show you guys that right now. This is like one of the easiest ways to do this kind of setup. So as you can see, it's right here, right? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raise this up with this guy. Change this over a little bit. No, just gonna lift it up. I'm recording already. Yeah. All right, now my wife is here, my cameraman. All right, I don't want to hit the preview. So now, basically, you just kind of have to find a little space. I hit the preview. Find where it's gonna sit, right there. And then you just try to line it up as good as possible. And if you don't line it up right, then it won't go in. So that's why you just gotta make do with what you have, you know? That's right there. Yep. Boom. Check that out. All by myself. Me over here thinking I can't do it by myself yesterday. Clearly I can. All right. So now I'm going to show them the inside. If you have a gutted car like me, you're not going to have any of these panels in. So you'll have access to everything right here, right? You're just going to end up screwing this in. All right. Really quick. Boom. Done. Hand tight, right? All right. Boom. Now do this one. Hand tight. Now we're gonna go start tightening it up. That's good. Now we're gonna go and do this one too. There we go. Now I'm gonna escape from the trunk. All right, here we go. Alrighty. There we go. Back on under here. We tighten these up and then we're good to go. And also, you're supposed to adjust these. So you'll have a little, like a wrench to adjust it, which I already have it adjusted. They're both the same length, which you're basically just supposed to measure it with the measuring tape. So here's the fork that I use for the bottom. And I don't have my measuring tape right now. But all right, so now basically what you do, you sit here and you just get your measurement from the bottom. I do it from the bottom. But if you're gonna, depending on how you measure it and everything like that, if you want to do it from up here, then do it from up there. It's fine. It's really up to you. I tend to do it from down here so that I could get under the little collar, the second locking for the spring rate. So I just go from the top of that one to the bottom of this one. As you can see, I'm literally 4 lines under 1. So with that being said, I have that 4 lines under 1. So I'm right here. I go and lock it in on the other side at that 4 lines under 1. So it's even. You want them all to be the same. Other than that, I'm done. I'm going to show you guys how to use this. So, where's the other fork? So pretty much what you do, you just, I think slide it this way. So you put it in the groove. And the other one, you throw right over here. And this is just to hold it in place and you just tighten it. And then you're good. Which, like, other keys sometimes don't have this thing for the 1/2 inch. So this, I could literally just use a wrench to tighten it. But yeah, no, pretty much that's it. We're done. So shout out to car sponsors for sponsoring me and getting me an awesome discount on these coilovers. I actually love the color of these better than the True Hearts that I got for the Odyssey, and eventually I'll be updating to BC. So, you know, I'll be going through them again. But yeah, no, you guys have a great one.